Hey guys, what's going on? This is Jay with Faith Evolved, where I talk about all things spiritual, metaphysical, philosophical, and mental health. And if it's been a while since you've been here, well, that's good because it's been a while since I've been here as well. But I appreciate you checking out my channel. I think all my past videos kind of speak for themselves about where I'm at with my spiritual journey. So although I haven't released anything new lately, not much has really changed. Still on the journey, still trying to figure this whole thing out called life. But I have noticed that I've been getting better about not automatically going to the negative with my thoughts and my feelings, learning how to accept more and realize that this, obviously still more to go on my journey. Yeah, I'm exactly where God wants me to be. There's nothing wrong, but I still have some progressing to do. I'm well aware of that. So this is going to be a short little video. I'm going to try to do it in one take. Actually, this is really my fourth or fifth try, but I try not to stop it if I make a mistake. I'm just trying to go with the flow of things today. And I'm trying out my new HyperX headphones. Got them for my 40th birthday for myself. Yes, I buy myself my own gifts because, I'm 40. I'm older. Who's going to buy me a gift, right? You know, maybe when I'm in a relationship, who knows? But anyways, I've been hearing a lot of this talk about, now that I'm 40, expect this, that, and the other thing, like aches and pains and things wearing out, and welcome to your, old age, and just little jokes and stuff, little quips I get from people now that I'm 40 years old, and it's just like I don't really feel 40 years old, well, except for the fact that I've gained a little bit of weight over the past year and a half or so, and I have a New Year's resolution to try to drop some weight, and I've noticed it affects my lung capacity and my energy levels and singing and stuff like that, but I don't attribute it to being old. I just attribute to not being in good shape. So my goal is definitely going to be to try to lose some weight just so I can at least sing better. Whereas before maybe it was to attract the opposite sex better. I'm too old for that crap now. I know my worth and I know what I deserve and I know what I want, but at the same time I know that, my worth doesn't come from somebody else. So it's kind of like I'm in that crossroads where I'd love to have a relationship, but I'm not desperate for one. I'll know when it's the right time, and it will be a holy relationship, not a special relationship, as per the Course in Miracles definition. So what it comes down to is, whenever everybody talks about age is just a number. Like literally, it's just a number. It has no meaning but what you give to it. And I refuse to, identify as getting old just because I'm 40 years old. I mean, you think about it. We're immortal beings. With all the pain and suffering we have in life, I was making a joke to a friend of mine. I got to pick a midlife crisis. I haven't picked one yet. It's like, yeah, am I supposed to feel old? Am I supposed to feel like, my bones are getting weaker, my muscles are getting weaker, and I'm getting aches and pains? Actually, I really don't get aches and pains. You know, I'm pretty healthy overall. I've had one cavity my entire life, never broken a bone. I've recovered from some severe mental illness, and the only thing wrong with me now is I'm fat. you know, and obviously the things that come along with that. I'm thankfully not diabetic, and thankfully I don't have heart disease or high blood pressure. I think the only thing I have is high cholesterol, so I'm doing pretty good. I think, for 40 years of being overweight and suffering, and not really suffering, but struggling with my weight. So, but yeah, I mean, if we're immortal beings, we live forever. What's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years of existence here? Especially since we're not going to remember all the bad. The whole point of life here, I think, is to have the contrast so we can appreciate the good, but you leave the bad behind, right? That's at least how I view it. And that's the only thing that makes sense if we're immortal beings. Why would you want to remember? Why would you want to retain the negative? The only benefit that it has is that it reinforces the positive, that you can see the difference between the two. And that's what I really believe the whole purpose of our lives here are. As the older I get, the more I realize that, in the end, the only thing that's going to matter is what's spiritual value, you know? And, what good does it do to focus on the negative of getting older? It's just going to reinforce the collective consciousness that getting older means you're going to, get weaker, more tired, lose energy, and, have aches and pains, and, whatever the case, whatever comes with old aging, deterioration. And I'm not so deluded that I that I don't think I'm gonna notice any effects of aging. But I think I could do it gracefully. I've seen folks that are well into their 50s, 60s, and 70s, sometimes even 80s, like Chuck Norris. I mean, look at these folks. I mean, they're doing great, for their age. They're still out there, and they haven't given up on life. And that's really my biggest fear about getting older. It's not so much that I'll feel more tired and necessarily aches and pains. I mean, yeah, fear. I do have a fear of pain, but more the fear of just I won't be able to live my life the same way. I mean, I do take it for granted being able to take my car out, go places, and I do appreciate just the ability, mobility, and just the fact that I can do most things that I've been able to do since I was a kid. Granted, I've been overweight my whole life, so I wasn't never really into running or any kind of sports, so I didn't lose that aspect. The only thing I've lost since my youth is my hair. So I think I'm doing pretty good for my age, and I look at my mom and dad; they're still alive, and they look young for their age. So I think how old I look now is probably how old I'm going to look for the next 5, 10 years, I would imagine. I definitely have noticed aging when I look at my pictures from my past, but not into the extreme. And I see some people that, and I'm not saying this to down them, but I see some people that are my age that look a lot older than me, But I've seen people that are older than me that look my age or younger. So it's all again, it's all relative. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to say, yeah, I look good for my age, or I'm doing pretty good for my age. But in the end, age is just a number. It's all about how you feel, about how you enjoy your life, and I'm grateful and thankful for the strength that I still have now, especially the mental strength that I have now, and that I have people that have counted on me and that I've been able to help through a lot of pain and suffering in life. So again, this is gonna be a quick little short video. Yeah, I'm 40 years old. So what? It pointed to each of us to get older on Earth. But it's just a Earth experience. We've been around forever, and it's just a small little glimpse. It's a flash in the pan, a millisecond in the whole scope of eternity. So, you know, I'm looking forward to see what else life has to bring. Sometimes I do feel like I wouldn't mind if there was a button that I could press that would take me back to where I come from. Am I a Palladian? Am I, straight from heaven? I don't know. Everybody has their guesses on where, if they've reincarnated or been from other planets. I have no clue. All I know is this life and the peace that believing in a peaceful and helpful universe gives me, and God Himself and Jesus. I get peace from the things I've learned about and from them, but I have no proof of what happens after here or where I've been before here. All I know is it's going to get better and better as time goes on, as I learn. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. God bless. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Like the video. And, of course, if you write some comments below, I will definitely respond to as many as I can. Thanks. God bless.